Hey, so today we're going to talk about how to start a business with no money. Right, I mean, that sounds crazy. And how do you start a business with no money? Well, hey, welcome. My name's Eric Rios. I love to tell you the truth about business from all the things that I've learned over the last 20 years of being in business myself. So here we go. Let's get started here. Let's go here. So we have it here, how to start a business with no money. When you really think about it, that almost seems impossible. So we wrote, is it even possible? So let's weigh that out. So yes and no, it's possible. Think about this. Every part of any business that you start has some kind of monetary requirements. Let's say you're a 12-year-old kid, you're starting a business mowing lawns, you're still gonna have some money to make it work. You can't just go do it without money. Well, you just got a lawnmower, so well, you already got your parents' lawnmower, great. Okay, so you got your parents' lawnmower, but you still gotta have money for the fuel to put in the lawnmower, for the oil to put in the lawnmower. You still have to have some kind of money in order to start a business. When you really think about the big picture, is there really truly a way to do this? In most answers, the answer is going to always be no. There's not a real way to start a business without money. You have to have some kind of money, no matter what you do, to start a business. They always say it takes money to make money. Well, it does take money to make some money, but there's ways around this thing here. So let's look at a different question. Let's ask this a different way. Is there a way to start a business without money? Yes. If, here we go, are you ready to watch this? Here it goes, check this out. You use somebody else's money. How about if you use somebody else's money? So now, we're going to talk about using other people's money to start your business. Let's say you're just broke. You're broke as broke can be on a broke day. You roll pennies just to go to the convenience store to buy you a soda because you don't have any money. You're that broke. So how do you make a business start? You wanted to do this. You've been dreaming of doing this. And guess what? All of a sudden now you get this opportunity. It's there in front of you, but you're thinking to myself, I don't have any money. What the hell do I do? How do I do this? And this is the excuse that most people are going to find. They're going to say, well, I don't have any money. I don't have enough funds. I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough things to actually allow me to start this business, to buy the equipment that I need, to buy the products that I need so I can sell the products. So let's talk about using somebody else's money. So who do we use first? Almost always you're going to go to your family and friends. The problem I see with going to family and friends is this, is that you have a good relationship with them right now, right? Well, but what happens when you don't pay them? That can cause a big gap to start to develop in that relationship with your family and friends because now all of a sudden they're pissed off at you because you didn't pay them what you said you would pay them. Now, I've invested into several businesses myself and you don't always get back what you put into it. That's just the way it works. Sometimes it just does not work as an investor that way. So when you're looking at your family and friends to help you fund your business, it's going to be a challenge. So what would you need money for? What would they need to pay for? You'd have to be able to tell them, hey, look, I need money for X, Y, Z. So what would those things be? So it's starting out, well, you need to be able to set up an LLC. Like in my state, it costs $50 to set up an LLC. That's $50 of somebody else's money that you may not have. Now you're going to need some money to maybe set up a website, to set up something else, to buy some equipment, to do. There's so many factors that are factored into starting a business, but you can definitely do this without using your own money. You can use somebody else's money. Family and friends, ask yourself this question. Do I have anybody that I know personally in my family that would lend me $10,000, that would lend me $5,000? That would lend me any kind of money at all. And do I have enough of them to lend me enough money to get my business going? Well, the truth is, you probably do. And then the truth is, you might not. So there's both sides of the story here. You may have it, you may not have it, and that's okay if you don't. But the point is, you're going to have somebody to be able to pull from, and you always start with your family first. And then once you've sort of eliminated your family, they've all told you, no, I don't trust you. You're not someone I would ever want to do business with. I've seen how you live your life. Remember this is important too. When you start asking people for money, they're going to look at your life, they're going to look at your history, they're going to look at everything that you have done in your life to see whether you're worthy of their hard-earned income. That's important to remember that. Make sure you live a life that's above reproach, one that looks like someone would want to invest into. That's important. So now let's go to friends. Do you have any friends that would lend you money? Now then ask yourself this one question. If you find that one guy that you just love, that one girl you just love, your best friends in the world, and you find that person, ask yourself this question. Am I willing to lose this friendship if it doesn't work. Because if you don't pay them back, I can almost guarantee you're going to lose some kind of friendship. It happens so many times, more than you'll ever imagine, more than you'll ever think. It's crazy to think about how often this happens. It happens all the time. But you can do this with somebody else's money. Now remember this, you can't start a business without any money. It's going to require some kind of money somewhere in order for this business to work. Even say, well, I'm just going to start an online business. It doesn't cost anything. Well, sure it does. It costs the cost of the internet. It costs the electricity. It costs, there's always a cost factored into something, no matter what business you start. So we've used the family, we've used the friends, they both said no, no one likes us, they don't want to do it, so how do you find somebody else? Well, you can go private investors, right. So private investors, you can find somebody who's willing to invest into a startup. They do it all the time. I had a buddy of mine I was talking to just yesterday. He said, Eric, I've been looking for some businesses that maybe I could just invest into. I've seen a lot of startups I wish I would have invested in, I didn't do it, I just was scared to do it, so I didn't do it. He said, now I'm ready to do these things. If you have a good business model, a good business plan, a good business idea, something that you know for a fact that you can monetize, something that you can show that you can monetize, something that you can show that you've done a beta test on that you can monetize, I guarantee you, just like that, you can get a business investor to invest into your business. Now, you may not need a lot of money, you may need a little money, but you may need just enough seed money to get you going. So my buddy's like, dude, he said, I see these people, they've grown these businesses, and I wished I would have invested into them when I met them. I'm like, well, you just ask. Just go ask them. What's it going to hurt? The key to this is you to go ask for those things that you need. Remember this, you get 100% of what you don't ask for. So if you don't ask, you can't have. So you got to ask for what you want. That is key. That is important. It's the most powerful thing ever. You got to ask for it. Because if you don't, you've just wasted your time and wasted your life. And you're going to be back to the dadgum 7-Eleven job or whatever job you had to go back to because you were too scared to go for what you really wanted. And that was, well, I needed to ask for some money. I needed to ask for somebody to help me. Because sometimes you just need some help. We all need help. Now, I started my first business like this, with a credit card. We'll get back to the investor here in just a second. With a credit card, but I also had to take out a loan for the van. So I still needed somebody else's money. An investor could be a bank, it could be an individual, it could be somebody else that is going to invest into you, your ideas, what you want to do, how you want to do it, but you got to have a business plan. You got to have something to show them, we call it a pro forma, something to show them a predictable income that you're going to be able to generate and create based on what you're going to do. That's so important. Now, all these things are good if you just do it. You gotta go ask for the money. We go back to that movie. What is a movie called? Where it says, show me the money. They wanted you to show them the money. You gotta ask for the money. You can't be afraid to ask, but make sure you can back up what you've asked for and that you can provide that money back to them in the shortest amount of time possible or whatever agreed time that you have. This is important to do. Now, there is one other way to get some money, but it still costs you money. So you think, well, I could win the lottery, but guess what? It still costs damn money to win the lottery. Did you know that? It costs money to win the lottery. How does it cost money to win the lottery? Let me tell you how. You got to take your wallet out like this. Take your wallet out. Dad takes something out. You swipe it down the deal, and just like that, you had to buy that damn lottery ticket. So it still costs you money to get what you hoped would get you what you wanted. And the odds of you winning the lottery are very low. You're probably not going to do it. The odds are so against you. But the odds are high if you do family and friends, private investors. Now, on private investors, we could add this as banks. You can add the banks there, just like that. So the idea here is ask for the money. You can start a business without money as long as you're using somebody else's money. You can start without your own money. That's the point. It's challenging, but it's doable. And don't let this be something that holds you back from not starting your business. You deserve the opportunity. Just because life has sucked for you, you haven't been able to do what you wanted to do, save enough money, do all these things, you can easily continue to build your dreams. One last thing here, okay? One last thing. Now look, 5 is this. I didn't write it down yet because I wanted to make this point here, okay? Keep your job. So keep your job. So if you keep your job, you can make sure you now focus on set money aside every single week, every single paycheck, because you're going to start this business. You know that it's going to take, $10,000. That's what it's going to take. Well, you're going to set aside X amount of dollars every single week. That means you got to sacrifice. Sacrifice. No more Starbucks, no more McDonald's, no more eating out. You're going to sacrifice for the good of what you want in the future. We give up, right? We give up something to go up to a better place. You have to give up to go up. So sometimes when you want some money to start a business and you want to be able to do this, you just got to do this right here. So you can start a business with no money. That's the whole point of this thing, but it's going to be somebody else's money. You can't do it by yourself. That's the truth. The money has got to come from somewhere because there's going to be some cost involved in every single business you start. The electricity, the gas, the trash, the fuel, the insurance. I mean, I could make out an entire list of starting a business of all the expenses you're going to have, and you might be shocked like, holy shit, that's a lot of stuff. So once again, I appreciate you guys watching. We're so excited here. My name is Eric Rios. If you ever need anything, just send me a text. I love to help people start businesses, how to go from the 9 to 5 to the 7-figure entrepreneur. I have generated 2 businesses that are in the 7-figure ranges, 2 other businesses in the 6-figure ranges. Send me a text, 314-591-0479. I would love to help you guys out, and thank you for watching. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're trying to grow this thing big. We want to help as many people as we can in this world become the very best versions of themselves. Thank you so much.